I've been asked a few times recently how to get like a smoked glass effect in resins, and I need a bowl, so let's make a smoked glass bowl. So what I want to try and achieve for you is a fade out of smoked coloured resin and clear with glycerin. Well, gold foil flakes. Now this is going to use quite a lot of resin. I can't remember how much this bowl uses, and it's not the newest of my moulds either. So I'm hoping it'll still be shiny enough for us, but let's see. I need to get a better quality version of this mould, really. This was a budget one. So the resin I'm using, this is verging on needing a deep pour, by the way. It's quite a big chunky mould, but I have got away with a regular 1-to-1 before, so that's what we're going to be using. And I'm using the Let's Resin one. There we go, that one. I'll put your links for everything I'm using down in the video description, by the way, and I'll see if I can find a better quality version of this mould. Because like I said, I'm going to have to replace it, so I'll put you a link for the one that I'm going to be getting. Right, let's get on and stir this up then, and I'll be back with you shortly. Right, while that degasses, you could run it through a debubbling machine if you're concerned about bubbles, but that should degas itself, to be honest, because it's a nice resin and the room's quite warm as well. So I'm not going to worry too much, but what I'm going to do is take quite a good size dollop of the resin out. We're going to be letting this sit for a bit, by the way. So let's take a good size dollop out. This is going to have our foil in it. And the foil I'm using is from Spectrum Noir. It's gilding flakes, and it's beautiful, but I've got a horrible feeling they're stopping doing this stuff, because I couldn't find it in the shop recently at all, which is a terrible shame. Just looking for some tweezers, because this stuff does go everywhere. So what I want is this round the top edge. So I want to give a bit of something extra. Oh, that's going to be a lot. Bit of something extra to our smoked effect piece. I hope they don't stop making these gilding flakes. I really do, because they're shinier than normal ones. They haven't got a crinkled effect to them, which means that the effect in resin is even more beautiful than normal gilding flakes. And of course, it will break up a little bit in your resin. Unlike glitter, it doesn't sink. So I'm going to make sure it's mixed in well. If I mix it too much, it'll break it down too much. So when I say mix it in well, I'm just going up and down like this in the resin. It should do, just to, spread it through. And we're going to, when we pour, we're going to move our way around the mould. I'm going to tip it as well, because I don't want it running down the side and leaving bits of foil behind. So I'm going to tip it like this. I mean, some will. There's no two ways about it. Tip it like that. Hopefully should help that run off that surface. If I get a bit on the sides, it doesn't matter too much. The idea was to tip it back and forth, and that will take any bubbles out as it goes as well. And I'm not tipping it all in one place, because I want this to spread. Now I'm going to have a look and see how far that has gone around my bowl. I'm going to give it a squidge as I go, because that'll take any bubbles out around that rim. And that's coming quite a good way up. I'm going to tip it about a bit, encourage it to self-level a bit, and then I can clean off what's gone down the sides, like so. Which means I've actually got some left. You know what? I'm wondering whether to mix it in with the smoked glass, because I have got a bit left. But then I don't know. I have got some other projects on the go. I could chuck that last bit in. So I'm just doing this to get any foil off the sides. I don't suppose I mind too much if some of the foil gets into the smoked effect. I thought I would mind, but now I'm thinking about it, no, perhaps I don't. Right, now that has come up about, what can I say? It's not quite an inch sides. Now, I do want enough for it to blend the smoke effect in, so I probably am going to put a bit more in. I'll do it this side, because then I can see which bit I need to clean off again afterwards. So yeah, let's tip it all in. And again, just a little clean up. Right, so it's a good inch up the sides. I would say, what's that, a third of the way up the sides? Because I know that when I put the smoke effect in, that is going to blend a bit. I don't want to lose my clear completely. So we're going to let this sit for a little bit. But first of all, let's get the smoked effect mixed up. Now the colours I'm going to want for this, these are actual inks, because then I know that they will stay translucent. And the other thing is I can go steady, add a bit of colour and mix to get the colour I want. Because if I go in with a pigment paste, it'll be very strong straight away, which usually is what you want. But with this, we don't. I want a smoked glass effect, which I want to be fairly even. I don't think I want swirls in it. Proper smoked glass is just like a solid colour, isn't it? No sort of smoky swirls and things. Okay, so that's looking quite good. That is the Resin ink from the massive ink set I've got from them. And that colour is coffee. Now, I've got to remember that it will look more coloured in the pot than it will in the mould, because it's going to be thinner when it's in the mould, that, you know, the thickness of the actual resin. So it's a bit more brown. Now this is quite brown. That's why it's called brown. So I'm going to put a dot of black in as well, because smoked glass tends to be a sort of subtle brown rather than out and out brown or black. So I'll put a few drops of just black. Don't forget, this is just alcohol ink. The resin alcohol inks don't tend to fade, by the way. A couple of years ago, Daniel Cooper did a really good review of which inks faded and which didn't, because he was primarily thinking of his Petri effects, of course. And resin came out very strong on that. I think he decided theirs was the most fade resistant. So the colour's getting good here. Just testing it on my, it's a plastic knife, party knife. That's quite a lot more of the coffee. One more dot of the black. So this is what I mean with the alcohol inks, because they do they're not as strong, they do a more subtle effect. You can add a bit by bit. The other thing is, because it's alcohol, it will help the resin to degas, because it wrecks the surface tension of the resin to a degree. So yeah, it'll help it to degas. Now let's see what that looks like. Now I think that is a pretty good smoked glass colour coming on there, but I'm going to want a bit more, so a bit more coffee. You can go up to, I've seen numbers as high as 5% liquid pigment, 10%. I've seen numbers as high as 10% liquid pigment suggested as the maximum before it inhibits curing. Personally, I don't like to go anywhere near that high. I'm probably talking 1 or 2% with what I do. And that is helped by the fact that if I want it a really solid colour, then I will switch to a pigment paste, which is an awful lot more intense, and therefore you only need a little bit. That way I never have any curing inhibition issues. God, that's a long thing to say on a Wednesday morning. Anyway, how does this look? Now what we're going to do is let this sit for half an hour. It's quite, I think we're there, don't you? It's quite warm in here today, and I want the resin to thicken up so that whilst it will still blend into the clear that I've put in here, it won't disappear completely into it. I still want a small area of the clear. So I'm going to leave it for half an hour. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea, and then I'll come back and see if it seems to have thickened up a bit. There's quite a lot in this pot, so I'm expecting it to thicken quite quickly. In fact, it might flash cure, so I will be checking on it. I'll see you shortly. Now, I would have liked this to have cured a bit quicker. Well, you know, thickened up a bit quicker, because, of course, the stuff that's in the pot is starting to get warm. And it's this here that I needed to cure up quicker first, really. Anyway, yes, I should have mixed it separately, shouldn't I? Half an hour later or something. Let's give it a go. Right, we're going to pour this in, and I'm going to go gently from the centre. Now, what do you think of the colour? I think that looks like smoked glass. For some reason, I have picked up some little bits of foil in it. Don't know how I did that, but never mind. I hope this is enough resin. I can soon mix a bit more. Now, what I'm hoping is we'll be able to see that it blends around the edges, but it will be lighter. In fact, I'd like a bit of actual clear around the very edges. I'm going to need to mix up a little bit more, so I'll do that and pour it in. We'll try and get the same colour again, because I think that's pretty good. Be more than enough. While I'm mixing this up, can I just say thank you very much to Resin for sponsoring this and sending me this beautiful resin to work with. It's fantastic stuff. And thank you very much to all my channel members, my subscribers, those of you who watched till the end. You wouldn't believe how important that is to a channel. Whichever of those, any if all of those that you choose to do makes a difference. Thank you so much. Also recently launched Craft Hub. If you'd like to join that, the first tier of membership to that is actually free, and it's a crafting community where we can share ideas. It's on the school platform, so there will be some free resources to share on there as well. And also, in the fullness of time, some free courses and some paid material as well for those who want more. But there will be quite a lot there for people on the free tier as well, because I want it to be accessible for everyone. So if you'd like to join that, the link for that is in the video description down below. And that will teach me to only put one glove on. I thought, it's all right, you're only going to need one hand, Tracy. Don't waste gloves. There's the black. So I'm just going to mix up the same colour again and top it up as near as I can get it. You can see I've mixed quite a lot up. This is slightly darker, so I'm hoping it will smoke out even more. We shall see. And of course, because it's fresh resin, I haven't been letting it sit. Now what I'm going to do, just to blend the smokiness a little bit. This doesn't seem to be blending, does it? I am going to just do this around the edges. And this is with a micro brush. I know this is an old mould, but I don't want to scratch it. So I'm just going to use a little micro brush because it's got a little fluffy tip that I can just do that and not... At least it had a fluffy tip. Where's the fluffy tip gone? Uh-oh. It's in here somewhere, isn't it? I can't see it. Okay, I'm not touching the resin anyway, so I'm not touching the silicone anyway, so we should be okay. But where's my fluffy tip got? There's going to be a random fluffy tip in this, isn't there? Oh, what am I like? Just raising my desk up a little bit on this side. I've noticed it's not quite level. I'm just going to put a little bit more of this in. And I'm going to go and tip the rest of this in something else I'm making. Before I go, just going to take those bubbles off the surface. Probably the safest way to do that is with one of these kitchen lighter thingies. I have got a proper butane torch. They are quite fierce though, so you have to be a bit careful with those. Probably for most people I would use this sort of a lighter, and spraying alcohol on it doesn't do your mould a lot of good in the long term. That's probably what happened to this mould, because I've had it a long time but I haven't used it that much. But it probably means that it goes back to the days when I thought spraying alcohol on moulds was a good idea. So I've just gone lightly over the surface. It should sort itself out now. The other thing with spraying alcohol is if you've managed to dome slightly above the rim of the mould, so you don't get that nasty sharp edge that we often worry about, the alcohol will take away the surface tension, and that will therefore break break that shape. I know what I mean. It'll start it flowing over the sides. The surface tension hold will stop. So I'll see you later when we demould this. I can see at the sides. Let me just bring you down, actually. Hang on, here we go. I don't know if you can see, but at the sides, it hasn't blended all through. It's just kind of stopped here. Now, what I'm going to do is tap round here, because the bottom of bowls, because that's what I wanted, really. Now, the bottom of bowls tends to trap bubbles around the rim. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this. I'll probably go around again with another little micro brush, just, inside the rim to make sure there's no bubbles trapped as well. I'll see you when it's ready to demould. Here we go then, demoulding. Still very slightly soft. I need to use my workspace for a live stream though, so gotta get this cleared off. So let's go for it and pull it out. The bowl will reshape itself, and I'm thinking this has gone smoked indeed. The old mould has done its thing. Yes, it's a bit out of shape. Don't worry, it'll put itself back into shape. I think it's this time for a new mould too, though. It isn't as shiny as I wanted it. There we go, it's going back into shape. So what do we think? Have we got smoked glass? Some of the gold did come up into the main part of the bowl. I managed to get a smoky edge, which I wanted, but this was, when I said smoked glass, this was the colour I was looking for. Transparent and that colour. Reminds me of the glassware that my auntie used to collect. But I love that I've managed to get the clear and the gold flake to come down into it. That just leaves me to get some glamour shots done. Is the bottom transparent? Yeah, pleased with that. That leaves me to get some glamour shots done. I will Leave the links for everything that I've used down in the video description below. And if you've liked this video, you know what to do. There's a button to tell me that you liked it. There's a place for comments. Any more little projects you'd like me to demonstrate for you, just shout up, because as you can see, I do, if I can, pick up the projects that you ask me for in the video comments. Because I like to know that I'm putting out videos that you guys actually want. I'll see you for the next one. Bye, everyone. So I think that is pretty much smoked glass. It reminds me of the stuff that my auntie used to collect. You can see through it in that smoky colour, see-throughness. And the extra feature that I've blended so that the clear with the gold in, and it blends so you get this weird smoked effect around the edge as well. But this is the colour. This is the smoked glass colour that I was after. I hope that worked for you all. Do let me know if there's anything else that you would like me to have a go at for you. Because as you can see from this one, I do like to pick up your suggestions and your requests from my comments down below the videos and run with them for you. So if you'd like to see me make something, just let me know down below. And of course, there's a load of other things you can click down there as well. The likes, the subscribes, and of course, my membership is also down there for you if you'd like to join up to the channel membership. See you for the next one, everyone. Just time for some glamour shots for the end so you can have a closer look at this. And we are done. See you next time. Bye.